Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we will talk about the top 10 renewable energy countries. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Countries all across the world are adopting solar, wind, geothermal, and other renewable energy sources in order to achieve a low-carbon future. Keep reading to learn which countries are leading the charge. Number 10. Sweden. Sweden threw down the gauntlet in 2015, announcing an ambitious target to phase out fossil fuels from electricity generation inside its borders by 2040, and has increased investment in solar, wind, energy storage, smart grids, and clean transportation. What's even better? The Swedes are challenging the rest of the world to join them in a race to become the first country to be entirely powered by renewable energy. That's a competition in which everyone is a winner. Few countries utilize more energy per capita than Sweden, although Swedish carbon emissions are quite modest when compared to those of other nations. According to World Bank data, the average American emits about 4 times as much carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere each year as the average Sweden's low emission rate is due to the fact that hydropower, 45%, and nuclear, 30%, power generate almost 75% of the country's electricity. Sweden currently operates 3 nuclear power stations, totaling 6 nuclear reactors. Number 9. Costa Rica. Costa Rica has produced 95% of its electricity from hydro, geothermal, solar, and wind over the last 4 years, thanks to its unique geology and environmental dedication. Costa Rica plans to achieve carbon neutrality by 2021. Costa Rica gets the majority of its energy from renewable sources. In 2019, Costa Rica generated more than 99% of its electricity from renewable sources. Costa Rica has been functioning on more than 98% renewable energy since 2014, according to the country's National Center for Energy Control. Hydropower provides the majority of this energy, 67.5%. Furthermore, wind power accounts for 17%, geothermal sources for 13.5%, and biomass and solar panels account for 0.84%. Backup plants account for the remaining 1.16%. Costa Rica's population is predicted to be 5.05 million people. In 2018, metropolitan areas accounted for at least 79% of the population, while rural areas accounted for 20%. Renewable energy benefits both rural and urban inhabitants in Costa Rica, where 100% of homes have access to electricity supplied from renewable sources. Number 8. Nicaragua. In 2017, Nicaragua used renewable energy to create electricity. Nicaragua spent the 5th highest proportion of its GDP on renewable energy development in 2012. The following items are on the to-do list. By 2020, the government wants to be 90% renewables, with wind, solar, and geothermal power providing the majority of the electricity. Sugarcane biofuel, which accounts for 33.2% of Nicaragua's renewable energy sector, produces a large portion of the country's renewable energy. Geothermal energy is the second most popular renewable energy source, accounting for 24.6%, followed by wind energy at 22.5%. Solar energy, at 0.5%, and hydroelectric energy, at 0.25%, are the least utilized renewable energy sources. Nicaragua is employing more renewable energy, as evidenced by the percentages, resulting in a diversification of its energy industry. Nicaragua has the potential to increase its production of renewable energy, notably wind energy. Wind alone generates over 1,000 megawatts of power. Number 7. Scotland. Great job, Scott. The solution to Scotland's energy problems is in the wind. Wind power provided 98% of Scotland's electricity in October. Renewable energy sources accounted for 89.5% of total electricity consumption in 2019. Scotland has set a goal of using renewables to provide the equivalent of 100% of gross electricity demand by 2020. Scotland generated 59% of its electricity from renewable sources in 2015, surpassing the country's objective of 50% renewable electricity by that year. Scotland had 11.8 gigawatts (GW) of installed renewable electricity capacity at the start of 2020, accounting for almost 25% of total UK renewable generation, 119,000 gigawatt-hours. Scotland exported over 28% of its energy in 2018-6, and renewable electricity generation accounted for 90% of gross electricity demand in 2019. Onshore wind, hydropower, offshore wind, solar PV, and biomass all contribute to Scotland's renewable energy output, in decreasing order of capacity. Number 6. Germany. Germany is a world leader in renewable energy, producing enough electricity to power every family in the country for a year in the first half of 2018. The country has also set a lofty goal of obtaining 65% of its electricity from renewable sources by 2030. Germany, a somewhat foggy country with a population of over 80 million people, is looking forward to a bright future with solar energy. Agriculture is expected to be Germany's primary source of biomass. Furthermore, biomass feedstock accounts for 40% of German wood production. According to the German Federal Research Center for Forestry and Forest Products, there are other reserves that could help expand the role of forestry in biomass generation. Agriculture is the primary source of rapeseed oil, which is used to make biodiesel and substrates for the production of biogas. Number 5. Uruguay. After fewer than 10 years of dedicated work, Uruguay is virtually entirely powered by renewables. The country made significant investments in wind and solar, growing from a low of 40% renewables in 2012 to a high of 80% renewables today. Clear decision-making, a supportive regulatory environment, and a solid public-private partnership, says The Secret. Uruguay has become one of the world's major producers of renewable energy, with hydropower accounting for 60% of total generation and the rest coming from wind, solar, and biofuels. Uruguay exported the biggest quantity of electricity in its history in 2019. Uruguay exported 2,994 kilowatt-hours of electricity to Argentina and Brazil. Number 4. Denmark. Denmark generates more than half of its electricity from wind and solar power, with wind power accounting for 43% of total electricity consumption in 2017, a new world record. That is the highest percentage of wind energy ever achieved anywhere on the planet. By 2050, the country intends to be fossil fuel-free. Denmark is a big fan of clean, renewable energy. Wind production per capita in the United States is higher than in any other OECD country. Bioenergy also plays a significant role in the Danish energy system. Clean energy is a Danish obsession, and the country already gets 30% of its energy from renewable sources. Number 3. China. Are you curious how the world's largest carbon emitter can also be a renewable energy leader? It may sound counterintuitive, but China had by far the most solar PV and wind capacity built of any country in 2017, by a huge margin. China has also pledged to generate 35% of its electricity from renewable sources by 2030, as well as clean up its dirty air. China is the world's biggest producer of power from renewable energy sources, producing more than twice as much as the second-placed country, the United States. The country has a total capacity of 790 gigawatts of renewable energy by the end of 2019, primarily from hydroelectric, solar, and wind power. Number 2. Morocco. Morocco opted to go large since it had enough of sun. In fact, it's bigger than anyone else on the planet. In Morocco, the world's largest concentrated solar power plant is approaching completion. The mega project, which includes wind and water power facilities, is planned to produce half of Morocco's electricity by 2020. Morocco began investing in renewables in 2000 to reduce its reliance on fossil fuels and to take advantage of its vast resources. Morocco has accelerated renewable deployment since 2006, with the goal of reaching 42% of the energy mix by 2020 and 52% by 2030. 20% using solar energy, 20% wind and 12% hydro. Number 1. The USA. In 2014, a new solar energy system was erected every 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the United States, putting the country in 5th place globally in terms of installed solar PV capacity. After China, America has the world's second largest installed wind energy capacity. Renewable energy is the fastest growing energy source in the U.S., with a 100% increase between 2000 and 2018. In 2018, renewables accounted for more than 17% of net energy generation in the United States, with hydropower, 7.0%, and wind power, 7.0%, accounting for the majority, 6.6%. Renewable energy sources accounted for around 12% of total energy consumption and 20% of power generation in the United States in 2020. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.